Good morning. We are doing an interview with Rise FM, so stay tuned.
This week, we are joined by South African singer-songwriter Dan Shaw, who has just released a brand new album, Blessed Life, an 11-track body of work rooted in faith, rooted in resilience, gratitude, and of course, authentic storytelling. And this morning, we chat about the inspiration behind the album, the realities of building a sustainable career as an independent artist, and why music with purpose continues to resonate in an ever-changing industry. Dan, welcome to the Rise FM. Good morning, Zafir.
Good morning. Thanks so much for such a wonderful introduction.
We have to start with the album itself, Blessed Life. Mm-hmm. What a powerful title. What inspired this project, and what does a blessed life mean to you personally?
We started making kind of electronic music, and we weren't sure exactly what sound we wanted to develop, so we were playing around. And then we came across the Sonics for Yahweh. That was the first track that was released about 3.5 years ago. So this piece of work has been over the last 4 years, I would say, that we've been working on these songs. And then eventually we had enough material that it was like, actually, there's a real sonic thread through all of these tracks. And we had 3 singles that had not been released yet, so we thought, why not release it as a full body of work? So that's kind of how that was developed. And then in terms of blessed life, for me, it's having a relationship with God, because you come bare and you leave bare, you know. And so for me, that's the most important relationship that we have in our lives, besides our parents and our family, you know.
Absolutely. You know, I think your music beautifully embraces South African languages and sounds, something that a lot of people might not expect. What inspired that journey? Was it a conscious creative choice, a personal calling, or something that unfolded naturally over time?
I think it's just my deep love for South African music in general. So mainly isiZulu music and amapiano. Obviously, I'm not making that genre, but in terms of the language and listening to it, it's like, I don't know, it's like a deep, deep, deep call home for me. And it's such a beautiful storytelling language. So I spoke Vernac when I was small, so I've got a tongue for it, but I've never been able to learn the language. I'm trying now, but it's not easy when you're an adult to learn a new language. But yeah, I just love Zulu music, and that was why I chose to use it. I always wanted to make music that I want to listen to.
I love that. You're a female artist navigating the industry. What barriers still exist today, and how can the industry better create spaces where women are valued not only as performers, but also as decision makers, as creators, as business leaders? Because that's what you are.
So for me personally, I tried to get involved in the music industry for a very brief period of time, and I thought to myself, wow, I really don't like the energy here. It's very egotistical, it's very, it's dark in a way. Like I saw a lot of abuse, and not just female, I'm talking male to male, like people using each other, people stealing each other's IP, people not signing contracts, just dark, dirty stuff. And I was like, wow, I really don't want to be infected with this. For me, music is extremely spiritual and extremely powerful. And I made a very conscious decision about what I want to do with this power that I've been given in terms of being able to have an amplified voice. And that's why I was also very hell-bent on the messaging in terms of spreading hope and joy and prosperity and love, because for me, that's the fruit of the spirit. And I just decided I'm actually not going to ask anybody for permission. I'm not going to wait around for somebody to figure out what I already know is inside of me. So I need to invest in myself. I need to figure out a pipeline. I need to do what needs to be done. And I need to be that person in the industry that I'm looking for. And so that's what I've done. I've built myself a team. I've built myself a pipeline in terms of funding my career. And yeah, it's like I've just finished building my music studio, and it's going to be an amazing artist hub and hopefully bring a lot of international creatives as well. But yeah, so I can't really answer the question from a perspective of like, what should everyone else do? I just say like, take full responsibility for your own life. That's probably the best piece of advice I can give.
Well, look at you now. I mean, you, through this blessed life, kind of almost built this strong machine that you have now, and you have been able to produce Umdali, Uyazi. We have to talk about this single.
It's my favorite song of ours.
Tell us about the song, the writing inspiration behind it, you know, just what message you would want people to know out there when they listen to the song. What do you want people to feel?
Well, I mean, for me, sonically, the song already makes you, as soon as you start playing it, you have this inspired feeling. And then the lyrics are basically just saying that no one knows my path in this life besides God. So it's, you know, they say comparison is the thief of joy. Stop comparing your life to others. You're not behind. You will be prosperous if you have a good positive attitude, and then also if you walk with God. I think it's so lonely to do everything by yourself and think that you have the power to do everything by yourself. You don't. And it's often only when we are like on our knees that we actually fall down and you know, surrender to needing help. But I don't think that it has to be like that. We don't have to learn through pain, but most of us choose to. Sometimes if someone maybe is going through a death or a divorce, or, you know, we all live through very hard things. But that's the point, is that when those hard things come along, to have a relationship with your creator, to know that you are held and that you're not alone. I just think that you can get through and navigate life a little bit easier if you invest in that.
Absolutely. Just before we let you go, Dan, the title Blessed Life speaks to purpose, it speaks to gratitude. So beyond music, what legacy do you hope this album, do you hope future albums leaves with listeners and for the South African music industry as a whole?
I just wish that healing would be brought to South Africa, and I just hope that the message of the album can bring hope to people, because for me it's like, if there's darkness, you need to bring light into the space. And so also hopefully my message and my being can bring through also conversation around some of the hurt that has been caused and how we can acknowledge it and try and find a way forward. So yeah, I hope that we can bring healing in some way.
Thank you so much for coming on to the show. Here it is, Dan Shaw, Umdali, Uyazi. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for having me. Have a blessed day.